Hey, this is the Entertainment Advice channel. What I want to talk about today is the biggest problem with rap beats. So for this video, I'm going to discuss the biggest problem with rap beats so we can obviously um, work on this issue as a rap community so we can have rap beats that sound better. So now I mentioned that, let's get started. So when it comes to the issue of rap beats, for that matter, okay, what is the biggest problem with rap beats? Well, the thing is, biggest problem with rap beats, whether it's the music of the classic age of rap, 1990s to, of course, now, and so on and so forth, which of course we're focused on now, so we could focus on, of course, the future and making better quality music for that matter. Okay, the truth of the matter is the biggest problem with rap beats is that it's too repetitive. Now, this, of course, is something that's very true for rap music in general. It is a bit repetitive, not as bad as other genres, but it does get repetitive over time, for that matter. And when it comes to rap music, it's no better. It does get a bit repetitive over time, in all honesty, to put it bluntly. Um, when it comes to making rap music, okay? Rap music, they tend to have a way of just talking about the same things over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, for that matter. Um, and when it comes to beats, it's a bit better, but it's not really that much different, okay? And that's the truth about rap beats, whether it's classic, even a classic age, or of course now, it tends to be limited in the way it sounds, okay? And there's different reasons why it's like that. One of the biggest reasons why is sampling, because they use a lot of samples, which I don't believe sampling is really necessary. I think it's kind of pointless and useless, for that matter, because it pretty much just guarantees that you're going to have a bunch of songs that sound the same and use the same system, which can get repetitive, especially when you are making music for an oppressed demographic of people who clearly, for that matter, you know, who clearly, for that matter, okay, um, you know, have to rely on this music because it's one of the only music genres we can listen to without being discriminated against, whether it could be black people or Latinos and all that sort of stuff, for that matter. Okay, but of course, most importantly, of course, us black people, of course. So that's the truth of the matter. We need to rely on rap music, and when you have a system where you just simply use a lot of samples, it gets kind of old and repetitive over time, for that matter. Okay, to be quite honest with you, and that's the truth of the matter, in honesty. Okay, um, matter. Like I was saying before, okay? So that's one of the truths of the matter is we need something that kind of course sounds a lot better, a lot more interesting and enjoyable. Okay. And rap music does get repetitive and sound um when it comes to beats and stuff does kind of sound repetitive over time. It's the same fundamental formula aside from sampling, the same when it comes to overall formula, ninth, third, 12 chords, that they use for music. And it kind of gets repetitive over time because when you listen to other music genres, especially when you expand, you notice that the music is a lot more enjoyable to listen to and it has so much more variety and stuff, which actually sometimes you start listening to it and they're like, oh my god, I'm actually enjoying this a lot more than I enjoy when I listen to rap. Not to mention, obviously, when you listen to rap, you also tend to be kind of in a crappy mood a lot. So for that matter, okay, when it comes to this particular issue, for that matter, um, so yeah, like I was saying before, when it comes to, of course, creating um this type of music, rap beats, it does get old and it does get repetitive quite quick, and it just gets irritating. While when you listen to other genres, you're not only tend to be in a better mood because the beats are at least more beat. It also tends to have a better, sound in terms of variety. It's not the same thing, the same ninth, 13th chords all the time, and just some music that just gives you this whole, life is hard and painful sort of way of thinking. It gets kind of old over time. But, in all honesty, hearing about that stuff all the time. But when you listen to rap, you know, you know, when you listen to rap, of course. But when you listen to pop music, even pop rap, which is still rap, no matter how you look at it, you kind of feel a bit happier and better, and it just kind of gets old. When I listen to rap music, it's just the same thing. It's the same 9/13 chords all the time. Which, if you don't know what 9/13 chords, you can look it up. To pretty much sum it up, it's just really chords you use. Um, at least if you know what chords are, it's just chords that are used when you use two hands, and it gets repetitive. It's the same sound, the same this, same that, and it gets the same feeling over time, and it gets repetitive and old and irritating to listen to, and it just kind of gets a bit tiresome, and it puts you in a crappy mood. And I tell this to people who listen to rap music. Trust me, okay, particularly people who, of course, are color, so they have to rely on it more. The truth of the matter is, listen to other music genres, okay, for a period of time, okay? And listen to rap music for a period of time, okay? It could be a short period of time. It could be anywhere from like 30 minutes for rap, 30 minutes for another genre, at least if you're up for that. And notice how much different you feel. Like, actually record it, okay? Like, and not just in terms of like how you feel emotionally, but even in terms of experience. Tell me that rap doesn't get kind of old, and not just kind of old when you compare it between that and other genre, but also just like, not just getting old in terms of the feeling, but just in terms of music experience. It's much more limited, and that's the biggest problem with rap music. It's the same thing, the same sounds, the same this, the same that, and it gets old over time. And that's the biggest problem with um rap music. It's just the same shit, same this, same that, same this, same that, and it gets kind of irritating over time. And it's just the same 9/13 chord church sounding grand piano crap you've heard a million times before. And it's not really crap, but it just gets kind of repetitive. It's the same stuff and same this, same that. And that's exactly what I have to say, to put it bluntly, in all honesty. So that's the truth of the matter. And that's why rap is going to have to start experimenting with more sounds. And the key, I personally believe, aside from not just relying on 9/13 chords and the same generic chords over and over again, is to, you know what? Surprise, surprise, stop sampling. Try to make music on your own. Try to experiment. Try to try new things. And just try to do something different so people don't get sick and tired of it and get irritated of it. And that's the truth of the matter for rap music. And if you can do that, that's going to make things a lot better, and it's going to make it possible for people who are disproportionately discriminated against to have something that they can listen to without having to worry about discrimination, for that matter, okay? To put it bluntly. So that's the truth of the matter, to put it bluntly. Um, in honesty. So that's really Um about it, in honesty, because who in the hell at the end of the day wants to get tired of listening to this music and then have to listen to rock or something, which is a genre that doesn't even talk well about black people, okay? At least when it comes to not just the rockers, a lot of them, not saying a majority, but a lot of them don't like black people, but even the rock musicians themselves. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's the truth of the matter. That's what we're gonna have to do better. And if we could do that better, then rap music's gonna be better as a whole. And we can listen to something, and listen to something that that of course is made by us, particularly of course black people, and we don't have to worry about being discriminated against. And that's exactly what we need to do. So anyway, this is my video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it informative. Just remember, if you like this video and videos like this, remember to thumbs the video up and hit the subscribe button. And this is all I have to say, and simply put it, I'm out. So bye.